Right. Well, that does look quite conclusive, I would say. And before anyone goes, you shouldn't do this. This is what you're doing. You've only got yourselves to blame or the other people that watch. And that neither of those things are my fault. I mean, some of those are my fault. So at time of recording, 3,428 votes, 74% have said yes, Dortmund at the end of the season, whereas 25% of you, 888, a lot of people, by the way, want me to stay. Luckily for you, until the end of the season. So it's not quite over yet. And this now leaves us in what is said to be a very fascinating, interesting end of the year. One of the most interesting ends of the years I've ever had. I don't think I've ever accepted a job at a club for the end of the season. So this is going to be interesting. And I'll go through again, in case you missed the last video, as to why that's quite interesting. If you missed the last video, this is going to be well confusing. So, right then. What do I do with the thumbnail? Do I keep it as Stuttgart? I think I keep it as Stuttgart for now. Maybe with a little Dortmund badge in the top. No, we'll just Stuttgart for now. Okay, then we are going to accept this contract, £21,000 a week. Doesn't seem a lot, does it? Doesn't seem a lot. But, look, whatever. I've got a 2-year deal. It's pretty short term on that basis, and I've accepted the Borussia Dortmund job. Now, again, if you missed last episode, you'll know that they're 3 points behind us in the league. Yeah, you play 34 games in Germany, so 9 remaining. Dortmund, much like us, are in the Europa League. This is so weird because if they do well in the Europa League, say if we get them in the final of the Europa League, that might be the worst thing ever because I want to win for myself, but I would quite like Dortmund to be in the Champions League. It's a horrible scenario. Right, anyway, today then, a couple of games coming up. We are now officially the Dortmund manager as well as the Stuttgart manager. I feel like Pep Guardiola. No, I haven't just lost an FA Cup semi-final. Sorry, Pep. You're not watching. If you are watching, that explains why City are a little bit indifferent. Right, Bremen and Freiburg today, though. Second leg of the Europa League. And we've got Dresden and Leverkusen and Dortmund coming up. We'll probably play that Dortmund game. You'll probably see that one next episode. So let's get into today then. Bremen and Freiburg. I wonder how everyone's going to react to me being the Dortmund manager now. Let's see how they feel about it. Dortmund look forward to my arrival. Excellent. Stuttgart haven't said not a peep out of them. Can I just say, by the way, didn't offer me a contract. Didn't go, oh, by the way, do you want to stay? None of that. So, anyway, you agreed a deal to join Dortmund at the end of the season. How does that change your approach to managing Stuttgart through the final weeks of the campaign? I appreciate the news won't have gone down well for every supporters, and I can deal with some of the fallout, but they have to know I remain committed to the job until the very end. That sounds horrible. Moving to Dortmund will prove more than a little awkward, don't you think? It's something to deal with. I knew it would come up when I agreed the deal. And again, the board's not interested in talking to me. It's almost like they're ashamed of me. Didn't offer me a contract though. So, Benjy braced for supporters backlash. The 25%, I mean, let's bring it up again. They're the ones I'm worried about. So, we'll see. This is bizarre now because I want to finish well with Stuttgart. Not too well that I can't take their players. But I can't just sort of throw it, can I? I'm not I by power. Reference game. If anyone gets that, we're friends. Immediately friends. Now then, team-wise, for this Stuttgart-Bremen game, I think we're going to go with the team that's been playing pretty well for us so far. I don't know where that accent was going. Shemensi, Van der Mees, Ronaldo, Samuel, PK, Khalifa Khalafa, Veron, Fernandes, Schneider, Oviedo on the right, Dunkel on the left, and Defoe up top through the middle. Have you seen much since we last game? Of course, I didn't mention this last episode, but we've played a few games. A 4-2 win in the, of course he did. 4-2 win against Freiburg. Defoe, I remember now, got a hat-trick. This was a few days ago. I had to let you all vote. So there you are then. It's going okay. 2 defeats in the league. Red Bull, Bayern, both beat us. It's just annoying. Should note though that Shemensi saved another penalty because of course he did. Okay, Bremen coming up. They're in the bottom 3 as things stand. We've done enough media chats. They've got a decent-ish side with no names recognised, so I don't know why I'm saying that. Honesty is the best policy, Ben, and I've got no idea if they're any good, apart from the fact they're sort of bottom 3, so probably not very good. All right, let's get out there and do the business. Keep an eye on the Dortmund result as well. Oh, what have I done? I haven't done anything. It's what you've done. So, you've done this. This wouldn't be awkward. Say Dortmund were top, right, and cruising, and I planned to take over, that'd be fine. But the point is, we're ahead of Dortmund as things stand. So either way, whatever happens, I don't know what the end result is. As we come forward, though, Schneider, Fernandes, back into Schneider, Oviedo on that right side, balls to that post, Defoe scores! I think you've seen it. Do. Noel Edmonds. Well, there he is, 1-0 then, and Bremen look hopeless. Were they like that? Probably not. That's harsh, isn't it? Oh, it's raining or it's snowing. It's doing something. Anyway, Oviedo then to the back post, and there he is, Defoe, well, he sort of, I think he scuffs it a little bit. Regardless, back of the net, 1-0. We're actually pushing Bremen deeper into the depths of the league table. I feel good about it. Schneider on it. He's got Defoe to his left-hand side. Schneider into Dunkel. Shot on goal. Schneider claims it again. Ball pulled back and cleared. We look decent, though. We look good going forward. Like, our team recently, I should say, have been playing relatively well. Apart from those 2 slip-ups against teams above us in the table. They're first and second as things stand. So I'm not too disappointed about it. Obviously, they're games, if you pick points up against them, then you're looking in far better shape. But at this point, at half-time, 1-0. We're 4 points off 4th. Of course, the top 3 get into the Champions League. There's still work to be done. I'm happy where things are going. Keep it up. There's no more to be said. Dortmund are slipping down the other end of the table. So, okay. Right, Dunkel has it into Schneider now. Schneider to the right-hand side. Oviedo picks it up and he's looking to swing the ball into the middle. Does so. Defoe was there, but Akada makes the save. And so far, I say, Bremen haven't really threatened that much, but then neither have we. We're going to go attacking for the final sort of 20-25 minutes and see if we can add a second goal to the game. As Bremen, for the first time in the game, have got some possession and might well try and do something with it, which as a footballing side, they should try and do. The ball's been knocked around quite neatly, and it's Baum who scored the goal. I mean, they've come out of nowhere. Thomas Baum, this is why I was going attacking. I was worried that they might end up getting a goal. They've sneaked one against us here, and if we don't win this, the dream of top 3 is becoming more and more impossible, which isn't good news at all. As you see here, it's a decent strike from the lad. Chimente's positioning not the best, and 1-1. 25 minutes to go, changed as well. Flipping it, time just whizzed by there. Henry Green's going to come on for Defoe up front as the attacking target man, and I think we're going to bring on Romanos on that left-hand side for Dunkel as well. Right, this is a big moment for us here. 15 minutes, we need the goal. Corner kick, Henry Green plays it in. Ronaldo Samuel is there. Henry Green comes on, gets another assist. Oh, it's not Ronaldo Samuel, it's Fernandez with his 13th goal of the season. You'd think he was a striker. The central midfielder, I don't quite know what happens here. I thought it was Ronaldo Samuel, but I think Ronaldo Samuel kicks Fernandez into the goal, or into the ball, and it goes into the back of the net. 2-1, we need that goal. We're still on attacking though, that might be a bit of a risk. We're going to keep it on attacking though. I feel like putting more and more pressure on Bremen gives us the best chance as they come forward with it now. No. That always works. That tends to always work. And just because of that, I'm scared and I'm going counter-attacking after everything I just said. Okay, time is nearly up here. Minutes remaining. Only really injury time left on the clock. Bremen have fought back a little bit. They've worked hard to try and get back in the game, but it doesn't look like it's going to be happening as Fernandez with the final touch. Bremen 1 then. Werder Bremen, that is 1. Stuttgart 2. And we get the win. A nice victory. Well done, lads. They look delighted. Some of them didn't seem that bothered, did they? Dortmund won their game as well. Bayern beats Dresden, and above that then, well, Schalke lost, which is interesting. Leverkusen also lost. They played Red Bull. So there's a chance. There's a bit of a chance developing. This was a good game for us, a good weekend for us. Both of my teams won. So, no. There's one team. Freiburg coming up next. And Braga, because that's who Dortmund. Stop it. Fernandez, by the way, just looking at it here, Botafogo his entire career, if you can get him, pick him up. He's been an absolute superstar for me. 10 goals in the league, 5 assists, 5 man of the match performances, a 7.57 average rating. I mean, the man's a monster. 3 goals in the Europa League as well. That's where he's got his 13 from. Oh, right then. Freiburg are the team today, away from home as well. They've got 2 away goals, so that does make this game a little bit more difficult than ordinary. We're going to bring in some experience. Jimmy Rod's going to get his game today, and we've got a bit of an issue in midfield. The reason I've put Jimmy Rod in there, by the way, is so I can bring Schneider into play in the defensive deep-lying role. I just think that's where he's suited to play. He's played there before for me as well, so it works out. Everything else, I think, is going to stay the same. Defoe going to be up top, Oviedo on the right. Might bring Henry Green in instead, actually. He'll play Henry Green on that right-hand side. He's played well there before, and I think I'm going to bring Manolas in for PK at the back as well. Everything else, though, remains the same, so let's get into this game and hopefully progress through in the Europa League. Really, I'm just trying to make my status in management better now. That's all I've got. Right, the initial team talk didn't go the best, so I'm telling them to make the difference. Dunkel seems confused. I'm sure I saw him put his boots on the wrong way around the other day, so I don't think it's me. Early chance in the game. Now, it's interesting. Freiburg have got some decent players, actually. I should show you a couple of them. They've got Sisto on that right-hand side, a name you'll definitely be familiar with. At this point, though, 31 years of age, not as quick as he once was, but still a danger. They're playing 2 up front as well, so they've got options in the forward areas, but hopefully, and this is the dream, they're a little bit more exposed in the middle, and we can break them down that way. As they're going forward with it. Henry Green gets back and does well. Early stages, I'm thinking of going counter-attack immediately, sitting back and then trying to explode out of the blocks when we get the opportunity. Ball to this left-hand side. It's going to be played into the middle, perhaps. No, Dunkel takes it off them. And this is the sort of area, this is why I want to go counter-attack, is because I think they're going to commit quite a lot of bodies forward. They've got 2 strikers, 2 wingers, and only 2 central midfielders in the centre as the ball is played in from Henry Green, and an assist again for him. Defoe with another goal, and at this point, with a 1-goal lead, we're definitely going to go on the counter-attack. Freiburg are going to have to come at us, going to have to attack. So if we can try and expose that, that'll be perfect. You can see here then Fernandes, ball forward towards Henry Green, goes right to the byline, I think. He goes really far into the, well, not quite to the byline. Ball pulled back. And a tap in for Defoe. 1-0, 5-2, looking good. James Rodriguez, though, picked up a bit of an injury, so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see what sort of injury is it. Okay, we'll never find out. Ball knocked forward, and we've been caught out at the back. Ball played in. Chimenzi with a great close-range save, and it's cleared. Chimenzi, I've said this before, but I'll say it again. If I do move to... Well, when I move now, isn't it? When I move to Dortmund, he's a player I'm going to try and bring with me. It's Khalifa Kalafa gets a goal, and all of a sudden it's 6-2, 2 goals after 16 minutes. And I mean, the big question is, what on earth is he doing there? As the ball's played in then, Defoe's on it, and then Khalifa Kalafa, our left back, don't forget, is just on the edge of the 6-yard box for a tap-in. Right. Freiburg still pushing quite a lot for an equaliser, or I said equaliser, a goal in the game, but this is where we're on the counter-attack. Hopefully now we can swarm forward. We've got very talented players in these attacking areas. Can they pick apart this Freiburg defence? It could get embarrassing if they're not careful. Fernandes quite far out, but has a go himself. Good save from the goalkeeper. Still 2-0. Rodriguez apparently has a bit of a head injury, so, I mean, ordinarily I'd take him off, but it's not his legs. So he's fine. Dunkel, left side, driving forward with it. He's got options in the middle. Finds James Rodriguez on the edge. Gives to Henry Green, whose first time strike on goal. Makes it 3-0. 7-2 on aggregate. This has been a bit of a romp so far. You can see from the 3D replay then, Dunkel plays the ball across the box to Rodriguez, who's got a bandage on his head, I notice. And then Henry Green. Oh, what a goal from Henry Green. The strike on the lad. I mean, that is a volley of champions. Or 5th place going for the Champions League. Not the same thing. You wouldn't have a bus parade for that, would you? Minutes ago before half-time, final highlight of the half. Fernandes, 25 yards out, 20 yards out. Oh, my word, he unleashes a rocket. It's his 14th of the season, his 4th goal in Europe. He scores so many goals. Is he the sort of guy that underratedly I take along with me to Borussia Dortmund? There's players in this side that are performing very, very well for me. Fernandes, the best of the bunch. A great strike into the bottom corner. He does wonderful things. There's probably 4 or so players that I would strongly consider taking. And at the moment, he's on the list. All right, 4-0 at half-time. This is mesmeric. Of course, we've got the draw coming up after this, so stay tuned for that. That's coming up at the end of the episode. As I mean, if we don't go through now, I'm stopping the series. So I'll take Jimmy Rod off, because I know he's got the bandage. There's absolutely no need. I think at this stage as well, Dunkel, 7.1. I'm in a decent enough game, but we'll get him off for Romanos. And then Jurek, I just bit my tongue. Jurek's going to come in the middle for Stein. Bloody hell. Mistakes were made. I don't think we've ever done that in a video. I've just noticed there Fernandes is picking up a bit of a knock as well. Injuries all over the shop all of a sudden. What do we do to change this? Greco's going to come on for him, and then we'll just put him in the centre-back positions, push on the wingers a little bit, and all of a sudden that looks ridiculous. We'll see how it goes for the final 25 minutes. If there's one way to ruin a game, this is probably it. Cruz goes forward. Cruz, chance maybe Ronaldo Samuel. Great challenge. Sisto with the goal, though. I mean, the changes hadn't happened yet, so I won't take responsibility for that. I mean, they are still my players, but you know, Cruz then he's it looks like an impossible angle, doesn't it? It's knocked back by Ronaldo Samuel, and then Chimenzi, not the best. Freiburg forward again, Cruz with it from a dangerous angle. Sisto with the goal. Oh dear, they fit the Van der Mees is just, I mean, I can't wait to see it. So okay, it comes into the middle, it's headed against the crossbar, and then what? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. What's he done? What's he done? I know we're going through. I know we've got a 4-goal advantage. I know time's nearly up. But what was that? Well, he's not coming with me, is he? If he's doing things like that. That's that then. 4-2 and 8-2. 8-4 on aggregate. A good result from us. Some interesting moments there. Khalifa Kalafa gets a goal and assist. And then Van der Mees scores what is one of the most outrageous own goals I've probably ever seen. Okay then. As I mentioned, we're going to have the draw. James Rodriguez is injured. Let's send him to the doctor. Gashed head. He'll be fine. We'll get a little bit of money for going through as well. Fernandes out with a dead leg, so that's not too bad. I'm glad that's not a long-term thing. 646,000 for progressing as well. And I guess we'll see what happened. Dortmund lost their game, by the way, against Braga, but won 5-0 in the first leg, so there you go through. Juventus are out! It's over! Admittedly, they're not the story anymore, as we can all see. Benfica, Chelsea, PAOK are through as well as Monaco and Tottenham. Harry Kane getting a hat-trick. How old's Harry Kane now? 32. Still banging in the goals for Spurs, it seems. Yeah, very, very consistent. And yeah, let's see how we get on then. Greco wants to chat. I'm not talking to him. How are we getting on in this draw? That's the big question. Oh, hang on a minute. Was everyone upset that I didn't talk? Alright, I mean, if it's green, it's fine. Okay, then here we are, folks. The Euro Cup draw. And should we do it automatically? Let's put it on automatic. The first team pulled out then is going to be, I mean, this is a big moment. Dortmund are obviously in there. Benfica then, home draw. They will play Monaco. We're still both in this. Dortmund at home to play Chelsea. That's a huge game, a very difficult game for Dortmund. Stuttgart then at home against Tottenham. We're both playing English sides then. Spurs coming up. That's going to be really interesting. And Schalke get PAOK. I mean, Tottenham, not an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. Very, very difficult. And interesting, though, that Dortmund play Chelsea, we play Tottenham. Two German sides against London clubs. We'll see how we get on. That's a devilish little draw. And that then is going to bring us to the end of today's episode. Next episode will be the first leg of the Tottenham game along with the game against Dortmund. Although actually Leverkusen might be a better choice here because they're slightly above us. We'll do that instead. So we will miss out Dresden, but Leverkusen, Tottenham, and then Dortmund, Tottenham will be the next couple of episodes. So stay tuned for that. Get excited. We're off on our way to Dortmund, but not quite yet. We love with care. For suspension. So next time, I'll see you again very soon. Goodbye. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. And if you want to see more, subscribe to the channel.